Selena. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to try to make this video quick as possible. And it's snowing right now, so that's fun. I'm going to have to go to work in a few hours, so I'm going to get this done. My channel is considered a kids-friendly channel, so I'm going to speak frankly as possible without being like weird. Hopefully it's okay what I say. So anyway, this video is about the time I considered doing surrogacy or donating my eggs, and I'll tell you in what way, but I'm going to give how this came up. So I'm going to go into the backstory and then as I get into the story. So backstory is when I was 15, I was buying like a whole bunch of books. One of the books I ended up buying, it was online. No, not online, through the mail. I was buying a whole lot of books. One of the books I ended up buying is like How Pregnancy Looked in Women. This book was written by a man, but the pregnant person he was featuring and taking pictures of internally was his actual wife. So it was about their baby and showed it from the earliest stages to the latest stages. And that book freaked me out. I was just like, ooh, no, that does not look fun. Babies are so cute. Like, they're my favorite on earth, favorite creatures on earth, and favorite beings on earth, whichever you prefer. But I did not like the way they looked inside, and I was just like, oh no, I don't know about that. So I had that book from the time I was 15 until I was in my 20s. I only looked at it once or twice, and then I ended up giving that book away to my friends who were when we were in our 20s. It was a husband and wife who were having their first child. I gave that book to them. Hopefully it was something that was interesting to them. I thought it was interesting, but not for me to look at. Anyway, so when I was 17, I had decided that I wasn't going to have biological children. I was only going to adopt or foster. That was the only thing I was open to. And I remained a virgin with men this whole time because I didn't want that to ever be a factor in my life when I wasn't prepared for it. If I was to have gotten married, I only wanted to marry someone who didn't want to have biological children because I was not interested in doing that at all. Like, just pregnancy scares me. It's beautiful, it's by God, but it scares me and that's one of the reasons why. But yeah, I just decided not to make that part of my equation in life. So when I was also 17, I had started dating my second girlfriend at the time, and we ended up staying together for 11 months, and I was 17 to 18 when we were dating, and she said at one point that she had her biological clock ticking it and she wanted me to have a baby for her, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. And that was probably right around the time when I was like, I'm not having biological children. And we ended up breaking up because she ended up betraying me, and we still stayed in touch, but we weren't dating at that time anymore. And I was going to be going away to college when I turned 19. So let me see. So what happened? So yeah, I wasn't going to have children, and turned 19 going to college. So like I've said in the previous video, that when I turned 19 and I was about to go to college, because I went to college in August of the year I went, I moved in with my grandparents and my aunt when I was just a few weeks to a few months before I was going to be going to college in a different state. And I ended up moving in with them. And I didn't have a full scholarship. I had partial scholarships for college, and I was going to have to get financial aid as well. So that's what I was looking into. But around that time, I had heard that you can get paid to be a surrogate, or you can get paid to donate eggs. So I actually ended up getting the phone number to an agency that featured one or the other. We had a conversation. She sent me the materials. The lady that spoke to sent me the materials I needed, and I didn't qualify because I had never been pregnant before to be a surrogate, which was fine because that thought only came into my head when my previous girlfriend had said, oh, I went and carried a baby for me, and I was like, no. And then I was like, going to carry a baby for a stranger. Thankfully, like I said, I didn't qualify, and that was fine. and then I considered donating my eggs, but it turns out I was going to have to do multiple things to my body to produce extra eggs to be able to harvest them and donate them, and it was going to pay like thousands of dollars if I understood correctly, but I really hate needles, so I was like, yeah, there's no way I can do this no matter how much they're going to pay me, and it sounds painful, and I didn't know how much recovery time I would need, and I was going to be going to college like within months if not weeks at that time, so I decided against it. So basically that's how I considered it, and it wasn't a long thought. I don't remember the time frame. I did get like pamphlets and brochures about like the whole process from whoever I spoke to over the phone, and I don't think I had ever mentioned it to any of my family members, maybe except for my aunt. I think my aunt's only 8 years older than me, so we talk a lot about a lot of stuff. And so I don't know if I mentioned it to her. I know I didn't mention it to my grandparents, and like I said, it didn't happen because I wasn't going to go through the pain of doing the egg donation part, and then the surrogacy thing I didn't qualify for. But just so you know, like, surrogacy is not something that witnesses would do. And I wasn't a witness at the time, but that's not something witnesses do. They either have babies biologically, they foster them, or they adopt children, or they don't have children at all. And it's not, having children is not a requirement for being a Christian in our religion. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But we also don't do surrogacy for other people, and we don't donate reproductive parts. We don't donate for other people to have babies through our stuff. I hope you know what I'm saying. I hope it doesn't sound like too vague, but yeah, because I'm basically kind of don't want to say certain words, and I also don't want to, and I'm also kind of forgetting what I'm trying to say. But yeah, witnesses don't do surrogacy, don't get surrogates, don't do surrogacy, and don't donate their reproductive stuff. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's the end of my video. And like I said, I did consider that at one point, but I am not sad that I didn't do it because it sounded painful, and people who did do it, hopefully it was worth it. But I was just like, yeah, I can't do that because like I said, I can't stand needles. So that's the end of my story. Hope it was interesting. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to y'all later. Okay, bye. Have a good morning and a good Friday or a good Saturday. Good weekend. Bye.